I really need to trim my mustache, and I'm hyper aware of it, even looking at my potato face. Anywho, give yourself a micro hand. You've landed on Palm Swipes After, an old diary library of the latest episode of Mom Swipes Left. Podcast with podcast. A podcast with two middle-aged women who believe pedophilia is wrong. Very controversial. This is episode 33, about MSL episode 172. I'm your host, Pomme de Terre. First of all, the microhand. For some reason, I feel like I'm the person who's supposed to answer the rhetorical question about whether it's okay to secretly take pictures of people's deformities, and I hate to use that word. Um, it is not polite, so I would say that. I, I applaud the woman, no pun intended, for being comfortable enough to gesticulate with her tiny hand. But she probably took her a very long time to do that. Think of poor Gary Berghoff, Radar from MASH, who spent how many seasons hiding his left hand, which, due to a birth defect, had some fingers that were longer than others. I could go into a whole thing about ugly laws, and I'm not going to do that because I know your intentions were pure. You just want to make each other laugh. It's not like you put it on Instagram and said, "Hey, look at this freak." So, yeah. And then to pedophilia, alleged pedophilia, and ranking what Joel could do to get dumped, no questions asked. It's interesting that most of the deal breakers were of a sexual nature. Nothing about him being a stone cold killer. What about that? Other than him murdering our hearts. I think there was a question about a pink scalp. Well, it wasn't actually about a pink scalp, but generally wanted it to be a pink scalp. She really, really wants a severed head. Who is going to donate their severed head to Jennifer? No, Jenny, you are not the most boring in the world, even if you can't pronounce your own job. Although I would think that as opposed to analyst, you would call yourself an analyst. Hardy har. But yeah, your job is not who you are. I think it's interesting that a boring hobby is religion. Carol has a lady dentist? What? It's like that brain teaser about the. It's not going to go into. Okay. Cheese Under Springfield, Missouri was funny because it reminded me of the scene toward the end of Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid when they release the cheese mold under Topeka, Kansas, I think. No, it wasn't. Tempe, no. Arizona, no. I just watched the damn clip. Doesn't matter. And it sinks into the earth. So that could happen eventually to Springfield, Missouri. And I came up with a few. What time is it? Okay, I can do this in 30 seconds. No? All right, so some classic porns. A bunch of dudes stick small rodents up their butts. Next one. A guy pronounces himself king of the party as he runs around unzipping his friend's pants during a circle jerk. And finally, Furries in rabbit costumes perform oral sex on each other. Do I have to give you the answers? I suppose I do. So a bunch of dudes stick small rodents up their butts is of mice and men. No title change needed. A guy pronounces himself king of the party as he runs around unzipping his friend's pants during a circle jerk. Lord of the Flies. Again, no change necessary. Furries in rabbit costumes perform oral sex on each other. Watership going down. That's a stretch. Gotta limber up. All right, that's all.